back to the channel. Today we are going to make this magnificent angled jewellery box out of Fijian, kauri and perduk. Great little box, and it's fairly simple to make. I put a red interior in there, and it's an angled carcass with a different angled top on it and a perduk handle. Just makes it pop, does it? Chunky bottom and nice interior, very nice. So come along on a journey with me why we make this box. You'll be surprised how easy it is. The idea with a great looking box, isn't it? And today we're going to make that box out of Fijian kauri and African perduk. I've got a bit of Fijian kauri here. It's 12 inches by 1.5 inches thick, or just over 1.5 inches thick. Great timber, I like it. You see the grain, it comes up very unique. And the inlay is going to be made out of perduk, African perduk. So, let's get on with it. Cleaned up the Fijian kauri to about 80 mil wide, and I left it as thick as I can get it, still about 40 mil. Now we'll be doing the perduk strips on the saw with the dado head in it, so they'll be half inch wide each. Remember to go deep enough so you don't cut them all off when you cut the angle. I've trenched the sides and the ends with the dado head, quite about 22 mil deep. You've got to go deep enough to make sure that when you cut the angle, you're not cutting all the perduk off. So I'll just show you that quickly. You see the X's there? The X is what I'm going to cut off. So you see that when I put the perduk strips in, that they won't be all cut off. And I've got a bit of perduk here now. I'll cut the strips oversized and I'll just sand them up so they're a good fit inside the groove. I've sanded the perduk strips up to fit neatly into the grooves, and now we can glue them in. And we're going to use our new press to press them down flat. How about that? Guys, while we're waiting for the perduk strip to dry, it's time for a cup of tea and a story. Remember in the last video I said there was something big on the horizon? Well, there was. But I've got two brothers, and about 18 months before I went overseas, they started to build a yacht, a 60-foot yacht out of steel, and this is it here. It's called the Catherine Grace after our mum, and it was big. It was 60 foot long, 17 foot 6 wide, and weighed 53 tons. It was a motor sailor. And when I came back from overseas, they invited me to join the project. But they had finished the hull by that stage, and sandblasted it, and was ready for woodwork. That's where I come in. So I joined the project with them. And they built it down in Williamstown in a boatyard down there, and we worked on it, doing some of the woodwork and putting the engine in while it was still in the boatyard. And then after about a year or so, after I joined the project, it was time to launch it. It wasn't finished, but it had the motor in it, and it was going. So we launched it in the waters down in Williamstown. The marina belonged to a fishing wharf, where they had the fishing boats that went in and out every day. And there's a few cruising yachts up there, and we fitted it out from there. It was like a community of yachts. There would have been 12, 15 yachts, and they're all what we call cruising yachts. There's no flashy boats here. It's not like the Royal Yacht Club or anything. There was no flashy boats here. Anyway, it was a very good community. Everybody got on well with everybody else, and we fitted it out from there. How we did this was that one of us would work on the yacht, while the other two worked making money to pay for it, and then we'll swap over. I did the woodwork. My eldest brother did all the welding and all the spar work for the masts and all the fittings for them. And my other brother was a plumber, electrician, and general roustabout, and he was very good too. So we all had a job to do, and we did it well. And on the weekend we all used to work on it. And we did this for a few years. In the meantime, we could use it. We took it out in the bay a few times, and just we can generally use it, although it wasn't finished. But with the boat, it's never finished. There's always something to do. And anyway, after a couple of years or so, there was a small boatyard on the other side of the river, and they brought in an old boat. It was from the battleship Australia. It was an admiral's launch. It was like a dart. It was about 50 foot long and only about 10 foot wide. And it was owned by a millionaire's son who wanted to fit it out. So everybody got jobs on it. I got a job doing the woodwork, somebody else got a job doing the spars, and it was a good time. But money was tight in those days for everybody down on the river. And we all got enough money out of that to finish our own yachts, which we did. And then after that, we flew cruises down to Tasmania and around the islands of Bass Strait, and then it was time we decided we'd take it up to Queensland, about 2,000 miles away. We took it all the way up to the Barrier Reef, and we looked around there for a while. And when you're cruising on a yacht, it's good fun, but it all costs money. And when no one's working, we didn't have that much money. It was alright when we're building it, but two of us are working. But when everybody's not working, there ain't no money coming in. So we took it up to the Barrier Reef. Then we decided whether we were going to take it overseas. But we didn't have any money to take it overseas. So we've had the yacht for about 7 years by now. So we took it back down to Brisbane area, and we sold it from there. And we all got enough money to buy a house out of it, the three of us. And that was a great thing. So that's the story for today, and I'll continue on in the next video. I've taken the strips out of the press. They come up well. I'll plane them up now, put a groove in them for the bottom, and then I'll do the motors for the boxes. The box is going to be 280 by 160, and I'll do the motors, and we'll join them together like we do a normal box. I've cut the miters. I've put the groove in for the bottom, cut the miters, and cut the bottom. Now it's all ready to go together. We'll put it together with the masking tape method and a box clamp, like normal. It'll come out good. I've sanded the inside too. Do it a bit. Nip it up. Pull it up. And grab it up. There you go, guys. You see it's very chunky at the moment, but once we cut the angles, we're only going to be about 12 to 15 mil at the top, so that gives you a really nice angle. I've marked the angle. I came in 13 mil, squared a line across to that point, and then took it down on the angle. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see that angle? I took it down on the angle from 13 mil from the inside, then on the, and that's the angle that you got to cut the whole box on. We've cut the angle, come out great, didn't it? Look at that. Look at that angle. And perfect miters, because they were square to begin with. And now the top looks in proportion. So we've got about 13, 14 mil lip around it, ready for the top. The base is still very chunky, but no one sees the base. So, and then it looks very elegant now. Very elegant looking box. And we didn't have to do angle miters. We just done square miters, and the tray will sit in there perfectly, but that's going to be square too. We'll sand this up now. We're going to have a Fijian kauri lid on it, same as the base, and then we'll cut it on an angle. The first thing we have to do is machine the timber as thick as possible. Just leave it oversized everywhere. Oh. 3 mil oversized all the way around. Now we have to do the rebate so the lid can fit into the carcass. See how I crapped up on the rebate for the lid? Just do it a little bit at a time till you fit it. You don't want it too tight either, because it would expand. So just leave it a little bit loose. Now we'll cut the 45-degree angle, which the carcass angle is 16 degrees. So this makes it just gives it a symmetry. Gives it a symmetry. But don't cut it all the way down. We only want to leave about 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. Okay, now the lid's overhanging the box by about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So just centre it over your rebate that you've done to hold the top of, and just mark it with a pencil. And then we're going to, that way we know that if we cut down to the pencil line, it'll be right, it'll sit proper. Okay, I've got my pencil marks done, but the top's done. Come out great. Now we're going to dress it up. We'll dress it up by putting a nice handle on it and 4 3/8 plugs in each corner out of perduk. So that just gives it a touch of class. A sticking handle to be glued on after I've sanded the buttons. And now I made a tray just out of Fijian kauri again to fit on the inside, and I put it together with a pin gun now. They are great. They work really well. But doing these little sort of jobs. Done. How easy was that? See if it fits. Perfect. That's the top. Okay, I'll sand the bottom down in a minute, then glue the handle on, and then we can sand and polish. We're almost done. Okay guys, the box is all finished. Again, it came up great with this nice perduk handle and its buttons on the top and the perduk strips. The Fijian kauri and the perduk really go together, I think. And I put a red interior in it to match the perduk handles. You see that? Just a red interior glued to the bottom. It's come out great. Again. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and next time I think we might do a pencil box. Just a simple pencil box, but it'll be something special too. So have a look for that one video. And again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and ring the bell. I'm only a new channel. I can use all the subscribers I can get. See you next time. Bye.